Author Notes here with Greg. So, as we get into chapter 3 of this particular story, I want you to think about Cheryl and where is she? Take a moment and down in the comments down below, put your answer down there. Seems like Dan's a super nice guy and everything is going to go well for Sue. What do you think? Before you go, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this with somebody who might like it. And tune back in next week for chapter 4. Chapter 3, Fleeing to Safety. Dan jogged through the city streets, littered with debris from the explosion. One wrong step would cause serious leg injury. He zigged and zagged around crashed vehicles, avoiding the crazed people in various states of panic. The sheep hadn't responded well to the end of the world. The city transitioned from order to total chaos within minutes of the attack. A loss of modern conveniences drove everyone mad. People lost it when the shit hit the fan. He hated to see how they'd behave within a week of no power. If he could reach his home in the suburbs, then he'd have access to a stockpile of supplies and a working generator. A Faraday cage protected his sensitive electronics from damage. Dan could live a normal life once he reached his house. As normal as possible in this post-apocalyptic world. He needed to get home without finding any trouble. Problems would pursue him no matter his destination. The faster he crossed the 20 miles separating him from his personal oasis, the better. An insurmountable distance to cover without an operating vehicle. He cursed himself for not bringing the blazer. Dan had never run a marathon or even a 10K, so jogging the entire way was out of the question. Plus, he hadn't dressed in exercise clothes. A running ride, along with having someone he trusted to watch his back, would complete his wish list. Not much to ask the universe for. The city would become more dangerous with each passing minute as the people became more desperate. Desperation drove humans to commit inhuman acts. While he traipsed down the street, Dan's thoughts drifted. He wondered about who had attacked the city. Was it a terrorist organization looking to destroy America? Or had a foreign government bent on world domination coordinated the assault? Had they destroyed only this city or the entire country? What about the rest of the globe? He had no way of answering any of these questions with a dead phone. His uncertainty magnified his sense of dread. He turned the corner and observed a group of people looting a convenience store. They smashed the windows, attacking the employees while grabbing anything within reach. His hands moved to the place on his belt where his holster should be, because he knew the situation could turn dangerous for him at any moment. The empty spot at his side reminded him he left his sidearm at home. Shit! He regretted speaking the curse as the word left his mouth. No sense drawing attention to himself, he thought as he skirted the group, continuing on his way. Dan wouldn't play the role of hero today. Keep following the plan, even if it sucked. A workable course of action gave him a sense of comfort. Make it home, fortify his property, and find other survivors he could work with. Or other people he could manipulate and control. Either way, strength came with numbers. Nobody would make it alone. He would adapt to the challenges of this new world, one step at a time. Move! As he reached the outskirts of the city, Dan saw a lone female figure collapsed against the facade of a brick building, frozen in place. Her shoulders hitched as she sat with her face supported in her hands, clueless of the dangers surrounding. Dan's first thought was to ignore the scene, continue on his way alone. But her disheveled black hair and slim figure reminded him of Cheryl, stopping him in his tracks. She had been the love of his life until she left him, an opportunity to end his loneliness. He approached the woman, trying not to startle her, and making sure her presence wasn't a trap. The tears streamed down her cheeks, around the fingers, trying to hold them inside. His heart skipped a beat when he saw her troubled state. "Hey, are you okay?" Dan did his best to keep his voice calm and reassuring, but he noticed her jump in response to his words. He wondered if she'd exercise fight or flight. The woman stared at him through bloodshot, puffy eyes. She shook her head with tears streaming down her face. They washed jagged lines of dirt from her beautiful face. "I'm scared." Her voice quivered. "I don't know what to do or where to go. People are rioting all over the city. They can't help it. They're scared too. No one knows what to do after an EMP attack. Deep down, Dan knew this damage had come from an EMP. Nothing else could have destroyed everything electronic in an instant, but the words sounded crazy, even to him. An EMP attack in the United States, bringing the country to its knees. The confused look on her face made him wonder if he spoke a foreign language. What's an EMP? An electromagnetic pulse weapon. It's a device that doesn't do much damage to the infrastructure, but destroys anything electronic. Have you checked your cell phone? She stared at him for what felt like hours, and Dan thought he wouldn't be able to break through the shock crippling her. Waste of time. He didn't want to leave her alone, but he wouldn't force her to go with him. Dan wasn't a kidnapper. About the time he thought he'd given up, she reached into her pocket, retrieving her phone. After swiping the screen and pushing the buttons, she turned the black screen toward him. A brick, just like his. How did you know? I knew right after the shockwave when I found my phone dead, like yours. You've confirmed it. Plus all the cars have stopped running, and all the machine noise has stopped. Her shoulders slumped, and her back collapsed against the building for support. He wanted to comfort her, but feared making her uncomfortable. They were strangers, and she might attack him. A cornered animal was dangerous. My name is Dan. I know we just met, and this might seem forward, but I'd like to help you. I'm headed out of the city because I have a safe place with supplies and shelter in the suburbs. You can come with me, or you can stay here in the city. If you decide to accompany me, you're free to leave at any time. He held out his hand, trying to not look like a stalker. Dan thought of himself as the hero of his story. She was way out of his league, like Cheryl had been. Maybe one day they'd have a consensual relationship. At least become companions, if nothing more. The woman hesitated for a moment before reaching for his hand. A shiver ran through his body as their bare flesh touched. Dan now believed in love at first sight. I know it's hard, but we have to keep moving. Movement means life. We'll be safe together if we keep going. A smile spread across his face and a song filled his heart as he led her away from the destruction and rioting in the city. It only took the end of the world for Dan to find his one true love. He wished Cheryl could see him now, but that would be impossible from where he left her. Thank you for helping me. My name is Sue. Nice to meet you, Sue. We've got a long way to go, but we'll make it. Stick with me. As they exited the city, a smile bent Sue's lips. What a beautiful woman she was. She would love him to the day she died. All his. Dan couldn't wait to reach his house, her new home. Sue would fall head over heels in love with him, or else.